you want to.
Oh, you guys.
Seconds. All right, beautiful. Stand by.
Unless you really want to salesman your pitch right to the audience the entire time.
Allstate.
That's right. Just make sure you get paid. Make sure you get paid, brother.
You're in good hands.
That's right. That was a good gig.
Yeah.
Allstate guy.
You think?
It's amazing, some of those.
How about the guy who does the
All right, here we go.
never mind.
Yeah. I got passed. Maybe that's something.
Mayhem?
All right, stand by. We're actually going to play.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La. In Los Angeles, there's this thing called Netflix that is taking over all the billboards. It's everywhere. It's in your home. You're binging it. You are doing whatever. So we are celebrating with Sal Velez Jr.
Hey.
How's your back? We miss you.
Oh, thank you for
Celebrating
having-
Black Summer.
Yeah, Black Summer. Go figure on Halloween, right?
I know.
Yeah.
The timing of that. Just
It's
random, huh?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, nothing planned.
The show is going on since the last time I came here and it released. The show is going on to be like one of the #1 watch shows around the world.
Yeah, wow.
Released in over 90 countries and still to this day holds in like top 5 category. Wow. I think we fell right behind Game of Thrones when it first came out, but it still exists very strong. I get messages every day, direct messages, inbox messages from fans all around, Arabic, African, Spanish, Brazilian, all saying, hey, we love your character. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you so much for watching. We love your character. You remind me of my dad. You remind me of this one guy. If I was ever trapped in a zombie apocalypse, I'd love to be with you. I had one guy.
Right.
Yeah, I had one guy just in the morning say, dude, you are you legend. And I was like, thank you. I know what that meant. So just amazing, great receiving people that the show has been great. Netflix has done very well by marketing that show.
And the conversation is continuing even around Halloween, right?
Yes. I mean, you go figure. Like they reached out to ask, because right now Halloween obviously it's the theme, and shows like this, anything Stephen King, anything that that's written around scary, Wes Craven type stuff is gonna have its life now.
Little resurgence.
Exactly, and you know what? I didn't even realize that halfway through the season, we got done. I ended up getting a phone call from Netflix. I got considered for an Emmy for my role on the show.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I didn't win the Emmy, but I was in the nomination with guys like Ernie Hudson and Edward James Olmos.
It's huge to garner an FYC for your consideration.
Yes.
That's really incredible.
I was so
Congratulations.
honored. Yeah, I lost to Peter Dinklage. I'll get you next time.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's always a litmus test for being successful when you can say it was just a pleasure being nominated.
That's the truth. To be in a family with those actors, I mean, those are all legends, and they're doing great work. So I was very honored and very proud. Thank you.
So what's next for you after Black Summer?
Well, I've been shooting this movie for Warner Brothers. It's called The Way Back. It's actually Ben Affleck, stars Ben Affleck in this one. And we are playing fathers of our children have cancer. And so him and I are really good friends on the show. We end up, going through a lot of hardship because, cancer is an extreme, dramatic thing to go through. And Ben does a wonderful job. It'll be coming out in March of 2020. I believe last alert that we got from Warner Brothers. And I wouldn't be surprised that one also gets recognized and possibly nominated for some kind of award because Ben has done tremendous work on it. And obviously, I'm just happy to be part of that too.
What's it been like working with him?
Batman, right? Ben is Batman. It's wonderful. I think for a lot of people that don't, we don't always get a chance to work with big box office stars all the time. And so your impression might be, that they're too big or too, maybe too far in their career to even reach out and be normal with you. But no, he was very normal. We became buddies right away. That was one of the biggest things for me because I pride myself on just being me. And no matter what actor I'm working with, whether it be John Travolta or, Salma Hayek, I try and be myself.
So Sal, how do you do that though? Because that can be one of the hardest things, is to not drown in Hollywood, to not lose yourself, to not sell your soul, to be like Ben Affleck or to be one of these people. To be Sal is incredible. So how do you really do that for yourself? Me personally, I love to laugh. So I love music. If I can create something that, that causes another smile on someone, and it could be just a little kid at a gas station who's trying to pump gas. It might be whatever the case is. Trying to find the laughter and the humor and the kindness and things helps me still be me. If I walk around thinking I'm above that or forgetting that I have a God-given talent to entertain, and it started with trying to, just get an extra plate of food as a kid. So I remember that. And so even if it's cheesy, a good joke here and there is good, maybe be silly, be the clown for somebody. And who knows, you cheer up that person and makes their day that much better.
Just love that. So in addition, of course, to that and to being, having GQ, good looks and intelligent and talented, right? What would you attribute your success to? Like, what do you think you've done right in your career that's led to this sort of increasingly, authentic success you're experiencing now?
Oh, man, good question. Things that I've done right. I think training and rehearsing a lot of everything. It's not just talking about acting, like having a really good system about yourself, how you, from your health to your soul, to your mind, what you read, what you educate, what you put in your body, to the people you might talk to be a student and to be a teacher at the same time. So if you keep these characters going, you don't find yourself getting on set becoming an actor. You just find yourself being a human. The cameras just happen to be there. The directors and everybody else happen to be there. If you're doing an act, then you're lost. But if you're being human and you're continuously being human, people have a chance to really to kind of like live with you in that moment. And that's more important than anything else. And then when you get off the camera, you're still that human, right? So we make mistakes. What are you gonna do, right?
What are you gonna do? Well, please tell everyone where they can find and follow you and catch all your projects.
Absolutely. Well, I'm on Instagram these days. I don't try and do every platform. So Salvalas Jr. on Instagram. And I promise to try and keep myself posted up there and whatever I'm doing. I'm not the biggest on social media, but whatever I got going on, whatever projects I'm in currently or working on next, I will let the audiences know.
Be sure to binge Black Summer tonight on Netflix. Stay tuned. We'll be back with
Check
more.
it out. It's going to be scary.
Can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Hi everybody, I am so excited to have with me today Amanda Schoen, creator of Rivers 8, a luxury travel accessory line for those who crave luxury without cruelty. My next guest is Missy Reeves. You guys may know and love Missy from her very long career as Jennifer Horton on Days of Our Lives. Dan Holtz is a dear friend, co-founder of Beverly Hills Rejuvenation Center, and is known as the wellness expert to the stars.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. I'm beyond honored to welcome Amanda Rosenberg to the show. She's got an incredible new book called That's Mental. It's a collection of painfully funny things that drive her crazy about being mentally ill. Thank you, Amanda, for being with us today and having a very open conversation, because mental illness does still have a stigma in the media that we have made it a mission here on Good Morning La La Land to break and have an open, honest conversation about. So thank you for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It sounds really funny, that's mental, coming like from an American accent. For me,
That's mental.
the way that you said it, so I was like, that's different. Yeah.
So tell us about it. Tell us a couple, like one story in it or something.
One, just the one. Just the one. Just the one. Okay. None of them. No, it's a collection of essays, personal essays, just my experience with mental illness. And I talk about how to, be mentally ill at work, and the obstacles there for certain people. But I also talk about people who I call curists, and these are the people who give you unsolicited advice about your mental illness, and they always want to cure you.
Oh,
so, yeah.
With the best of intentions. But
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Hearts of gold, but still very offensive and not helpful at all. I still hate them. Bless them, but I hate them.
So give us an example of that.
So, there's so many, and things that have personally happened to me, which is, it's always, have you tried exercise?
Oh, yeah.
Have you tried going outside? Have you tried yoga? And let me tell you, I've tried all of those things, still massively depressed, still massively mentally ill. That's not changing anything. And the thing is, everyone's experience of mental illness is different, right? So you cannot just give them like a blanket suggestion, especially if they're not your psychiatrist or mental health professional, if you're just some person offering it. And most of the time, no one asks for it. And I always say, if someone doesn't ask specifically for your kind of medical diagnosis for them, don't give it to them.
Oh, one of my favorite quotes. The only thing freely given and never received is free advice. Right? It's unbelievable, and it's true, and it can be insulting, and it can also be sort of rattling, right? It can rattle you a little bit. What have you ever been given advice, or have you ever sought out advice that was helpful?
No.
Never. Never.
No, I don't take advice from anyone on my mental health apart from my psychiatrist.
Well, that's
I really don't.
I think this is a great, profound distinction, because I think it's true. First of all, who's to say somebody is, obviously if somebody's really debilitated and there's a time to go get help, but there's a lot of people that we all have issues, and so it's up to the individual to decide this is not working for me or working for me.
It's a very personal thing, mental health, mental illness. The way our minds are wired are completely unique. What I'm experiencing is different to what you experience. So to me, it would be impossible to tell you, oh, you should do this. Even if I know you well, I don't know what's inside.
Totally.
So I'm very curious, Amanda, at what point in your journey with mental illness did you make it your mission to make it so public, to be so vulnerable?
It was when I think I genuinely lost it and had a breakdown, and I was kind of cornered into it.
So what happened?
It's true, it's funny.
What was the breakdown?
Well, I mean, it was just I think it was a psychotic breakdown, and it was my first attempt at taking my own life. And I ended up in a psych ward. And I remember almost waking up in the psych ward, and I thought to myself, wait, what am I doing here? Because I was like, wait, I'm normal. Like, I'm not crazy. I said that, which is the calling card of the crazy, by the way. And I was like, I'm not crazy, like, I'm normal. But what I realized was that I had been hiding it for so long. I had been keeping it in and pushing it down for so long. And suddenly it came back out. Because with mental illness, what goes down must come back up. And you don't have a say as to when that is, or where that is, or how that is. Like vomit or jury duty. Like it just happens and you have to deal with it.
Taxes, death, and jury duty.
Yes, exactly. And like I spent my whole life having these problematic thoughts about mental illness, thinking like, oh, it's just for crazy people. And I just thought, oh, it's, you know, they're dangerous and they're fragile and they're unpredictable. I had all those problematic thoughts, and then it happened to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I got to change everything. And I felt very alone at that time. I felt the most alone I ever felt in my life. And I remember thinking, I don't want anyone else to feel this way. And my story is painful to share, and I will admit at times embarrassing, the stuff in there. But I thought if it could help just one person not feel that way and not have to get to this point.
Have you talked to, received the message from the one person that it did connect with? Have you experienced that yet?
Yes, I have. I mean, I wrote a lot about mental health before the book came out, and people would say, oh, I love the way you specifically write about mental health, because I write about it in a way that's a little different. I would say it's not clinical or serious. It is raw, but it's also quite funny.
Right.
And
So what would have been received? Because as I actually train women in doing subconscious reprogramming, and one of our ethics as their coaching is to not evaluate or not to give advice when it's not, when it's unsolicited.
Yeah.
What would have worked is for someone to share. I'm assuming that we're trained basically to tell our own story and basically share with that. And in that, if somebody sees something for themselves and they see something for themselves, what does work or what would work? Because if you see someone suffering or you see them like you think something's wrong, like you can't help but want to, as a human being, you want to help and help.
You do want to help, but don't do it. The things that you can do to help is one, listen. Just listen. You don't have to give your opinion on your advice or whatever. Listen, because by listening, that really helps someone who is struggling with their mental health. And the second thing is be open, right? Non-judgmental. Whatever they say, right? You cannot just be like, ugh. Keep an open mind. Don't be judgmental. And at the end, just be there. So you can say like, I'm here whenever you want to talk about it. I'm here, like, whatever you need me to do, I want to be here. The last thing you should do is offer your opinion, right? And give them advice. There are so many things before that you can do. It's so narcissistic of people to be like, I know what they need.
Instead of advice, we're just going to give them your book.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing. Talk about narcissism. I'm just like, have my book, everyone.
Like, give advice, how to not give advice.
Well, it's truly beautiful, and I so deeply admire and appreciate your vulnerability and
Thank
being
you.
so authentic and speaking your truth. Thank you for that. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow your journey, and of course, get the book.
I'm only on Twitter, weirdly, at Amanda Rosenberg, and the book is available on November 6th. It's available for pre-order now on everywhere, and then November 6th is when it's officially launched.
That's very fun. Thank you, Amanda. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in Good Morning La La Land.
Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Tell me where I'm holding.
If you could describe the legacy you want to leave behind in a couple of words, what would it be?
You know, the person who made a massive dent in the world of loneliness. You know, it's the #1 health epidemic that we're facing in the world today. It's the #1 predictor of our mortality. It's more likely to kill you than smoking, heart disease, traffic, the flu, sitting. And if I can make a dent in the world of loneliness, then that to me is everything.
Aww, I love your message and I love your story. And for you guys out there, go download Hey Vina. It's really, really remarkable. I downloaded it. They ask questions that actually help target who you're looking for and who you're looking to network with and become friends with. Thank you. If you like this, please share it, please comment it, and thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We're honored to welcome Lily Pacheco to the show. She is truly making her mark as a filmmaker, a director. Some incredible projects you've recently released, Girasol and Vlad. Tell us a little bit about them and your journey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, my name is Delia Pacheco, but I like to go by Lily. My first feature is a story about, it's a rags to riches story. It's a little boy, orphan, who didn't have any money and started his life shoe shining. Later on in his life, he becomes one of the wealthiest men in the Dominican Republic. So it's an inspirational story. A lot of people nowadays had forgotten where he come from. So it was really nice for the new generation to see, and it was so rewarding when I got the calls from friends of a friends and a message saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe this man was actually, you know, a shoe shine boy.
So it's based on a true story?
Yeah, it's based on a true story, and he's done so much good for the community.
Wow.
He has like 30 organizations that he continuously every month helps, and he's 92 now, so a lot of people forgot his legacy, and it was my honor to make this story possible.
I love
incredible.
that. How do you make a feature film? Like, where do you even start? Did you go, I'm going to do this and have mentors, or how did you start the process?
Well, the purpose of my life is to basically be joyfully loving, enjoy healing, and do magic for myself and others. So I start with the message. I feel that I'm a message of healing and love and nature. And these stories just make their way to me and tell me, you have to go say this. For example, the other day I was mopping the floor, like literally 2 days ago. Because I already have other projects in store. Like I wrote a TV show, a TV series, futuristic. I'll tell you more in a second. But all these stories that I have lined up have the same message. And I was mopping 2 days ago, and this incredible movie just came into my mind. I was like, wow, I want to see this film.
I wish I got inspiration mopping like that.
That kind of divine download, huh?
It's Helen Hunt, Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, hello.
They're sisters.
Ooh.
So their father, they have the same father, and the father is basically a millionaire who has 2 different lives that no one knew about, because he could. One was in America, one was in South America, and these families did not know each other existed until he died. And these sisters, who Jennifer Lopez and Helen Hunt are sisters. Wow. Like I could see them hugging in the vision. I was seeing them hugging. They meet each other and have all of these questions about their father, who this man is, only to realize that this guy is 2 different person. And it becomes a competition. I know my dad more. No, I know I did this. And the most magical thing about the story is that they ended up being each other's completion because they had the same kind of mother, a narcissistic mother.
Wow.
And they heal each other through all their traumas with their mother. So it was never about the dad. And they become the freedom for each other.
All while mopping.
Wow.
Yeah.
All while mopping.
All while mopping. You know, I love that you're really exploring cultural diversity in your art. Can you speak to a little bit about the importance of that for you?
Yes. Yes. So the TV series that I've got is exactly that. It's futuristic. There's no race. There's no race.
I love that.
And it's
what a great
just,
concept.
It's so exotic because everyone is just like so beautiful. It's just like a mix. And it's just a beautiful world where nature is the one who takes over. There's no room for technology. We go back to basics. You have your apartment building and there's nature coming in, which is kind of happening right now in my apartment. So I have so much flowers and
Is that how you stay centered?
Yes. I wake up and the first thing I do is I water my plants.
Oh my gosh. So have you always been this divinely in touch, or was there something that happened that had you awaken, or what happened? You're just born this way.
It all started when I was 7 years old. I had all these questions about time and space and everything, and no one to give me answers. I used to go to Sunday school. I ended up stopping that, and then I went in through a spiritual journey where I literally explored different religions. Right now, I practice Brahmin, Hinduism. I love Toltec wisdom, Buddhism. I love it all.
Well, thank you for channeling that into your art. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
Well, I'm not really big into Instagram, although I love to go in and see like the messages. If I go into my Explorer, since I always hit like to all the motivation things, I always go in and there's just new motivations. I love that's my favorite part about Instagram. Oh Lily Effect is my Instagram, and I promise that whoever follows me, I don't post a lot, but when I do, it'll be about what's coming up next. I am also an author. In this divine awakening, I received a lot of information, and I had to stop being a filmmaker for a moment. I wrote 2 books, one for children and one for everyone. Well, the children's book is also for everyone. It's about this caterpillar. It's the story about a caterpillar who meets love, joy, wisdom, but before she meets all of them, she meets someone unexpected, which is fear. And at the end, she breaks free.
Fly like a butterfly.
No, she's not a butterfly.
Oh.
No, this
Gotta get
one's
the
a
book to
moth.
find out. Oh.
Oh, why? Because moths are guided by their inner light. If they focus on the light outside, they'll burn. So you gotta focus on
profound.
this one. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in Good Morning La La Land. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm GMLA, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
We all crave connection.
I'm a big fan of videoing a podcast.
The impact that I'm having people on a podcast is I'm having more impact on those people than I ever did in news.
We want to be heard, but we also need to listen.
Podcasts, I understand they are red hot.
It's actually remarkable how scary to me podcasting is. Everybody should have a podcast.
I really wondered why. I mean, we've been doing this for 12 years. Nobody has done this in other arenas.
We have to change the conversation to happiness over financial success. It was like, we have to. We have to.
Honestly, it was meeting new people who had already heard about what we have done and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
And I
nice.
thought, this is what my purpose is. This is why I was born.
Yeah.
I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch. Binge watch. You can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Entertainment that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV.
your home for talk.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La. We are celebrating Halloween with some sweets, which is the best way. I think this was an episode made for me because it's called Sweet E's Bakery Top. And I love sugar, so something we know. So, Erica Tucker, thank you so much for all these
Thanks
beautiful.
for having me.
I mean,
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween! You made all these, and you've got cookies over here with our faces on them.
I know, this is incredible.
Like, it's amazing.
So this is Sweetie's Bake Shop. We've been around for 10 years now.
10 years.
This is something we specialize
That's
in.
so
These are
cute.
photos on cookies. Wow. How amazing are those? So one for each of you.
Thank you. When we were gearing up for the Halloween segment, I've been following you on Instagram, and you're very popular here in Los Angeles.
Thank
Sweeties
you.
has quite the reputation for amazing, decadent, custom cakes, art. So what was your journey? What was your inspiration to building this for yourself?
You know what? I grew up in Houston where food was plentiful, and when guests would arrive, we would welcome them with food for an army. So I grew up in the kitchen with my mom, my grandma. I love to cook, love to bake, and that passion stayed with me, and I'm such a dessert fan that desserts really had my calling.
Did you always plan to turn it into a business?
I didn't, not at all. I actually went to University of Texas for theater and dance, moved out to LA, and I was baking on the side, and very quickly that became my everything.
Well, clearly, I think sugar is your love language.
Oh, it definitely is.
So tell us a little bit about the custom treats you have specifically for Halloween.
So we, as you said, we specialize in delicious desserts that are also very beautiful.
Yes.
I love that about the company. That was something I concentrated on from day one, to make decadent, delicious desserts, but they're also beautiful to look at. So we specialize in all sorts of custom treats. So
These are amazing right here.
Yes,
Tell
these
us
are our
about these.
stuffed chocolate chip cookies, so the ultimate Halloween treat. It's a chocolate chip cookie stuffed with an Oreo, a Reese's, or a Twix.
Oh my goodness.
The way to my heart.
That'll get you going.
Forget it.
Right.
And the Good Morning La La little ones are adorable.
Yes, so we also specialize in custom cookies with not only photos on them, but also your logo. So a great corporate gift.
So cute.
And we have amazing corporate gifts for the holidays.
And who
as
doesn't
well.
love a little cake pop?
Oh my gosh, totally.
I mean, honestly, how cute is that?
A cake pop that's looking right at you.
So we know you're based here in Los Angeles, but
yes,
delivery.
we are. We hand deliver all throughout the LA area, but even better, we ship nationwide.
Oh, wow.
So
There you
you
go,
can go on our
Mama.
website, sweetiesbakeshop.com, order most of our treats on our website. You can even order the logo cookies and photo cookies right off our website, super easy, and we'll hand deliver them to you the next day in LA or ship them out the next day to wherever you are.
Erica, what do you love most about what you do?
Oh my God, you know what? I love that sweets make people happy. So I get to make people happy all day long and be a part of their special events and special occasions, and that's something I really cherish, and that's special.
It is. Life should be sweet.
Life should be sweet.
I
That's
took
our
that
motto.
right from her Instagram. So gearing up for the holiday season, are there any specials that people
We
should look
have
out
amazing holiday sweets. You can already go on our website and look at most of our holiday offerings. Adorable gingerbread men, where you can also put your logo on a cute little gingerbread man. Lots of amazing gift packages from variety gift packages that are from all price points, from starting at $10 all the way up, depending on what you need it for. Lots of beautiful treats for catering your office or your holiday parties, as well as great corporate gifting options. So go on our website now. You can check it all out.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yes. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
So sweetiesbakeshop.com.
Got it.
And you can follow us at Sweeties Bake Shop.
Oh, thank you so much, Erica. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. All of today's interviews are available as a podcast on iTunes, and the whole show is streaming on EverTalk TV, on Apple TV, and Roku.
That's right. We are waking up the world together. You guys have a beautiful Halloween. Have
Sweet
some fun.
Halloween.
Sweet
It's going
Halloween.
to be a Good Morning La La Land.